can beat you off the catch as well.
Here's Morant, driving inside. Oh, he misses the dunk. The Mavericks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Flag. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Here's Prosper. 8 points his last outing.
Look at Flag shutting him down at the rim, using that leaping ability to get all over it.
5 on the clock. Here's Prosper. The shot from the low post is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
The shot's good from Irving.
That's one of the things that makes Kyrie so special. His ball handling, it's elite.
Morant drives in. They get it again. Prosper. And he lays it straight in. Prosper's got his second bucket of the night.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Irving passes to Gafford. From the arc. Rebounded by Prosper. Prosper's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And a miss there on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Driving to the basket. And it's Flag missing. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. And then Morant slams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
In recent seasons, availability has been a problem for John Morant. Greg, dig into that a little bit.
Well, from a league suspension to multiple injuries, Morant has missed a significant amount of time, but we know when he's on the court, he's a game changer. You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Not happening with that shot. He's put up 5 and made 2. Here's Irving. And the shot goes down.
Man, that's a defensive miscue there. You can't let Irving get that kind of position inside.
Memphis moving it around.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standards, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Off target at the rim. Jackson looking it over. Takes a 3. A rebound by Washington. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Morant.
Yeah, Kyrie is such a high IQ player. He is so good at breaking down a defense and finding ways to score in tough situations.
Here's Morant. Here's Prosper. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Memphis out in front. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
So far, they've moved the ball well, leading to open, high-percentage looks. Lots of assists in this one.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
Big man on the floor for Middle Washington and Gafford. Max Christie out there with Irving. And it's Flag in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. So, Tim, when you look at what wins in this NBA, many say the heyday of the super team has come and gone. Why is that?
Well, I believe the new collective bargaining agreement has made it awfully difficult for teams to pay 3 stars and also fill out their roster with complementary role players.
So what's the answer? How do teams build?
I think the answer Oklahoma City has captured. You have to have great chemistry, certainly a star at the top, And then guys that understand the pecking order of that team, I think that's how you get it done. And build around defense.
Great example. And it's Coward with the rebound.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And Morant throws it down.
How about the authority from Morant? The way he was running, you knew he was aiming to shatter the rim.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, John Morant able to fly with the best. He said, sometimes I get knocked out of the air and hit the floor. After the game, you may feel that. So I just pick and choose, man. Hey, 2 points is 2 points. I get it done. That's all that matters. Back to you, Kevin.
He can still get up. Allie LaForce with that report. Great job as always, Allie. Thanks. Marvin Bagley's checked in for the Mavericks. Nemhard finds Bagley. He can't hit that time.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
There is no doubt about it. They'd love to have that one back.
Mavericks trailed by 3. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented, different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
Well, the combination of his length with that shooting range makes him a huge part of this offense.
Pass to Prosper. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Prosper's got 9 points.
Now, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Out left to the wing. Now, Nemhard. Back to Washington. Here's Nemhard. Flag with it. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a quick look at how the Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll go up against De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against Alperen Şengün and the Houston Rockets.
And for that game against the Bulls, it's going to be game number 4 for them during the start of this NBA campaign. They'll want to get off to a hot start to the year.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
Smooth J from flag there. An effective play for this team.
Jerome against Nemhard. Jerome, no good. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And a wide open look for Flag. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Jerome deciding where to go with it. Hendricks can't get it to go. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter, so sinks the triple.
An efficient three-point shooter in college. That clearly hasn't changed for Flag.
And what you love about Cooper Flag, he's committed with playing the game the right way.
Yeah, I mean, even back in middle school, he would binge watch the '86 Celtics, a team known for its high IQ.
Jerome against Nemhard. Bagley with a screen on Jerome. No coverage that time.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
To the inside. And the wide open J from Edey. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks leading by 3. To the wing on the left. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. No one near as Jerome lets it go. Connects from three-point range.
And Caldwell Pope has improved as a passer. Nice to see that development in his game.
Bagley sends a screen for Nemhard. Shoots over Jerome. A shot by Nemhard, no good. Grizzlies have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Edey, and the dunk by Edey.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Pass to Washington. Bagley sets a screen for Washington. outside for Bagley. From past the arc, it's sent back by Edey. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies lead by 2. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
Over at Spectrum Center, the Hornets will face off against the Kings. 7 p.m. Eastern Time for tip-off. Moving on, the Mavs find themselves in a battle. Close matchup so far.
If I could highlight one area where they should spend more time.
Thanks for joining us. Now
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Here's Jerome. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Caldwell Pope out there with Ty Jerome. Then there's Edey. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. The Mavericks trail. Here's Christie. Aldama with the rebound. And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They host the Spurs after this one. It's rebounded by Dallas. And here is Marshall. Pass to Nembhard. Washington sets the pick for Nembhard. Now Washington. No good on the triple. Stolen by Nembhard. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Jerome with the rebound.
That's 3 straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Here's Hendricks. They get the rebound. Pass to Aldama. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 5 now for the Grizzlies. 90 seconds now into the second half. And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That is his first foul of the game. Long range from the inbound. Hands it from downtown. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That is just automatic. Irving is into his motion the second he has the basketball.
Edey with a screen on Irving. Inside. Edey gets the bucket. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you, guys. The Grizzlies last season retired the jersey number of the grind father, defensive ace Tony Allen, the player who coined the grit and grind motto that came to define the franchise in the 2010s. Allen was the perennial all-defense selection in Memphis, and his hard-nosed play set the tone. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. We know about the length and the athleticism, Tim, of Weifer. But what do you like about his skill and maybe the way he sees the game?
Yeah, this league has seen a lot of guys with that type of length and athletic ability, but what sets him apart, he's got great instincts for where to get open, instincts how to rebound, where the ball is coming off, and then also, I just think his conditioning level is very high.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
Down low. It's rebounded by Dallas. Lively's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Irving. We've got 1:48 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. And it's Martin missing.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Pass to Aldama. Back to Jerome. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. Lively's got his 5th rebound in this one. second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. To the paint. Here's Hendricks. And it's good off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Irving, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Tim, pure basketball artistry. That's what Kyrie Irving embodies.
Well, Kevin, the combination of the ball handling, the finishing ability, impossible shot making. I'm not sure there's any player in the NBA who puts on a better show than Kyrie.
To the middle. Prosper misses.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Irving against Morant. And it's Coward with the rebound.
And if they want to come up with a win here, he either needs to start making shots or find another way to help his team.
And he can get to the rim with the best of them. Morant always finds a way.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Irving to the paint. And finished off by Lively.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Pass to Prosper. Back to Morant. To the inside. A baseline J. There's the screen to the left side wing. Here's Prosper. The 19-footer is on the money. Prosper's got the lead up to 7 now for the Grizzlies. And so it's Memphis heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, so impressive for a big guy to make a find like a guard.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Irving and Thompson are the guard set. Caleb Martin put it down hard.
Watch out below. Woo! Oh, that will energize his teammates. Going right at the defender and throwing it down.
Bagley with a screen on Morant. Here's Irving. Again, the Mavericks score.
Oh, he is so clever with the ball in his hands. Irving just dominating the defense in pick and roll.
Morant scanning the floor. Here's Prosper. Defended by Bagley. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Assist goes to
Mavericks trail by 7. Martin with the screen for Irving. Takes it inside, and he uses the glass on the lane.
As cold as he was in the first half, he's done a great job regrouping and turning things around after the break.
Now here's Morant. Morant down. Oh, what a slam!
Clean that up.
Fantastic instincts there by Morant. Sizing up the D and then just taking what he sees.
Here's Irving. Here's Bagley. Ja Morant with the rebound. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Pass to Wells. Shoots the 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now.
2 emphatic points from Flag. This rookie has some serious swag.
Morant outside. Going inside. Morant takes it right to the defense.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Irving outside. And the layup is off. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Morant outside. He drills the 3. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
Just 3 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Jerome, he's checked in for Memphis. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Memphis.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Such a talent. Kyrie does certain things offensively that few others will even attempt.
Dallas making a switch here. Washington's check in. Jackson outside. From outside. Rebounded by Thompson. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a 14-point game. Klay Thompson with that deep range.
A silky smooth jump shooter. Once Thompson senses separation, he's rising without hesitation.
Jackson a screen on Thompson. The 3 is off. There's 37 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Irving. Yeah, count it. It's Morant. "19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Six on the shot clock. Shoots. Does not go in. So it's Memphis picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin,
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Waving the arm of the thing, the reverse, and the foul. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow. Liddell, and he's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick rampage Jackson. Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Waving the arm of the thing, the reverse, and the foul. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow. Liddell, and he's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick rampage Jackson. Ball clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama with a save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chocolate. Ran in his bag. In the crowd. Oh, wow. Look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this over. Wow! Quick rampage Jackson. Ball clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama with a save, the reverse, and the foul.
Doncic pulls up, three-pointer.
Has knocked out Chocolate. Ran in his bag, and the crowd is. Oh, wow!
He's done it again.
Dynamite! And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. He's going to take this over. Wow! Quick rampage Jackson.
Season, but we know the focus for both. Both of these teams is to come out strong today.
Yeah, for the first handful of games, you just want to play hard and build some chemistry. Get more comfortable with your teammates while also learning their tendencies and preferences.
And here's Memphis' starting group. They've got Gigi Jackson, also Jalen Wells out there, and it's Morant in at the point guard. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's Buzelis. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Jackson with a screen on Sexton. Here's Morant. Smith with the rebound.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Pass to Buzelis. Off target from outside.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Looking at the Grizzlies last year, all of their top 14 players in minutes played were in their 20s.
Yeah, in some ways it's a good thing. Bodes well for the future, but I think they could use some veteran leadership at times. It's a tough balance between youth and experience.
Now here's Sexton. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
I love that hoop from Colin Sexton. Don't settle, young man.
And Jalen Smith gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Jackson with a screen on Sexton. Here's Morant driving to the basket. They get it back. Jackson outside. Another shot. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First
And Richard, the Bulls going from playing one of the slowest paces in the league to one of the fastest.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start to trend towards youth. You got to put those young legs to use, trying to pace and space with three-point shooting.
And really an offensive transformation for the Grizzlies since 2024, Grant.
Yeah, they're pushing the pace, playing a unique style with a lot of cutting and movement off the ball, crashing the offensive glass. I mean, it all seems to be working.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Outside Morant to the inside. Prosper. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Morant's got great understanding of the game. He can move like very few can in that pick and roll set.
Smith outside. Over to the left wing. Smith with a screen on Jackson. And he drives in. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
There's a screen, and the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Sexton passes to Smith, to the wing, right side. Smith with a screen on Jackson. Here's Buzelis. Oh, my goodness!
Okay.
Throw it down!
Come on! And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Chicago Bulls retiring the jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said, "The true measure of a man is how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He always found a way to rise above, and there's no question in my mind he is a Hall of Fame player." Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Richard, it's been a dry spell for the Bulls for a few seasons now. How do they reverse that?
Well, it starts with strong drafts. They haven't had a top 10 pick since 2020, and it's made it hard for them to land some of these bigger prospects and grow from within.
And it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up. Memphis shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. A story of two halves last season for the Grizzlies, Richard. At the All-Star break, second in the West. But things went south down the stretch.
Yeah, specifically their defense took a turn for the worse. They barely made the postseason and only to get swept by the Thunder.
Morant with it, guarded now by Williams. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant. And it's the 2K leaderboard. Team leaders in blocks last season. In third, the Grizzlies.
Now, we all know they didn't allow any easy buckets last season. I mean, their defense was tremendous, and the rim protection was just outstanding.
Smith with a screen on Morant. Here's Sexton. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And this is how skilled of a scorer Sexton is, able to make difficult shots in the defense's face.
Morant surveying the floor. Here's Prosper. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Prosper's got 6.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Oh, the dunk by Smith.
You know, Sexton can be just so clever with the ball, disrupting the defense to create for his team.
Outside Morant. Drives to the hoop. Here's Jackson. Goes back up. Pulls it. Pass to Prosper. Sexton grabs the board. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for Chicago. Here's Buzelis. Outside, Williams. 5 to shoot. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Offensive rebound. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Now here's Ivy. No made baskets yet. That one's wide left. Here's Prosper. Launches it. He drops it from range. It's stolen. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Memphis.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
So on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Jalen Wells out there with Gigi Jackson. Then there's Ja Morant, and it's Prosper in at the center position. Now here's Sexton. No one near him. And he connects with a jumper. Sexton's got 6. And you look at Colin Sexton. Puts points on the board, Grant, and does it efficiently.
Well, B.A., unfortunately, he gives some of that back on the other end of the floor. But there's always a place in this league for guys who can fill it up.
Basket counts.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
And Morant over to help. Morant against Sexton. Now here's Ivy. He's scoreless. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the 3. Cleared away by Wells. Grizzlies lead by 3. They set the pick. Lets it go. And another basket for Memphis.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
Chicago shooting efficiently, 50% so far. Here's Sexton. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Sexton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Playing at such a nice pace, Sexton's pull-up, it's a perfect shot.
Jackson the screen. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shots. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Smith passes to Sexton. Smith with a screen on Morant. Back to Smith. Memphis with a rebound. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
Sexton with it, guarded by Morant. Over to the wing. Smith right side. Pass to Williams. Here's Buzelis. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And Grant, in recent years, we've seen the pace of the NBA game increasing.
Yeah, it stagnated in the 90s, but it is back. We're still not at the frenetic pace of the 1960s when we'd see over 120 possessions a game. But the efficiency is at an all-time high.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Prosper. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got his 4th assist with that last one. The Bulls trail by 10. And here's Sexton. He's coming off a 25-point game against Houston.
He was a menace on defense as well, managing 3 steals.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Ja Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Back to you.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie, thanks for the report.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost. Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
Morant into the lane. Here's Wells. No good on the 3. Bulls trail by 10. Williams looking around. Pass to Ivy. And there's a pick, and they call an illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
A line change here for Memphis. Here's Jerome. And yep, it's good. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Sexton against Jerome. And he draws body contact. Looks like a blocking foul. He was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
He did a lot of damage at the free throw line in their last game.
All right, both free throws good from Sexton.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Outside, Caldwell Pope. Edey inside. The layup misses. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies ending the quarter up 10. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Well, we saw a whole lot of dribbling out there, Shaq. Dribble, dribble, dribble. Dribble, dribble, dribble. You know the saying. But not a lot of play.
And now let's... Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to...
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. And so it's Memphis with it. Trey Jones is out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then there's Nick Richards. And it's Miller in at the 4. That's the group for Billy Donovan. Getting going here in the second half. Yep, that one's good.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Bulls trail by 12. Here's Giddey. And he lays it up and in. Giddey's got his first bucket in this one.
And so much fight in Josh Giddey. He showed it on the interior that time.
A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
And Chicago has possession. After the basket by Memphis, Giddey passes to Simons. Giddey scanning the floor. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Miller. There's the drive, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, there is nothing more fun than putting a big guy on a poster. That is the definition of an aggressive play.
Jerome outside. Inside, stolen by Miller. In transition, here they come. Slam home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
That'll definitely steal away some momentum, stripping them of the ball and then grabbing the bucket.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Jerome against Jones, to the middle. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Now here's Jones. No points yet. Pass to Richards. And there's another one for Chicago.
They haven't missed a beat coming out of the locker room. A perfect 4 for 4.
Jerome outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jerome's got 6.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Jones drives in. Pass to Giddey. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Here's Jerome. And it's good. 2 points. Give him 8.
Showing off the dribble moves able to create for himself. I love it.
Jones against Jerome. Now here's Jones. Tight defense on him. Edey with a steal. And there's the foul. It'll go on Trey Jones. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Jerome. Give him 8.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Blocked. Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession. There's a minute 54 left to play in the third. To the paint. Here's Edey. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Edey's gotten 4 this quarter.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Simon. Okay, knockout!
Man! Wow. I mean, he's just so electric. Simon's putting on a show.
Jones against Jerome. He can't get that one to fall. Giddey with a defensive effort. The Bulls trail by 9. Here's Richards. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Caldwell Pope. The pass to Jerome. Chicago with a rebound. And that starts a 4-game road trip for them. From deep, Giddey. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists tonight.
Like, sometimes the threes can really boost your confidence, and I'm sure it'll do just that for Giddey.
Jerome, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And the dunk by Edey.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And it's Giddey off the drive. Here's Richards. Lays it up and banks it in. Richards has got 9 points in the quarter.
He's just got it on automatic right now, shooting 100%, and that'll keep your confidence high.
Here's Jerome. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. He's got his first free throws of the night right here. That free throw good from Jerome.
At the line for the Grizzlies.
Good on both. There's 10 seconds left in the third. On the wing, Jones. Buzzer! Wow! Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Grizzlies out in front, leading by 4. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
That is why he is a point guard in this league. He has the elite passing ability, the vision. You need both to play the point guard.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Jackson out there with Jalen Wells. Then there's Ja Morant, and it's Coward in a 2-guard. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
It's Giddey on the wing. He's covered by Wells. Giddey passes to Richards. And out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Okay, time to take a breath, fellas. Plays like that should not happen.
And Chicago going with a whole new group out there. Memphis leading by 4. Outside Morant. He takes it in. Oh, the Grizzlies get it back. Here's Coward. Down low. 6 to shoot. Here's Prosper. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it in. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Sexton against Morant. Smith passes to Ivy. Back to Smith. Ooh, ripped away. Here we go, all alone. And the finish on the break with the slam.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end.
Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Pass to Prosper. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got 7 assists in the game.
They're really working the paint now.
Ivy outside. Oh, no good! Unable to win this run. Now Jackson.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
Hey guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
Okoro is checked in for Williams. Here's Smith. Flushes it down with both hands.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Now, you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Here's Buzelis. And there's the drive. Oh, he can't jam it home.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
Puts up the tray. The free ball is down.
If you're not right up there on him, oh, he's going to make you pay.
Sexton. Down goes the jumper.
And offensively, Sexton has been in the zone. He keeps finding chances and cashing in on them.
And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. Smith outside. Shoots a three. Oh, no good. They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Beyond the arc. Oh, he cannot hit. The Bulls trail by 13. Oh, the feathering touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
And just active inside. Ivy's a guard who's more at home around the hoop, not the three-point line.
Jackson outside. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Sexton looking around. Now Smith. Oh, no good on the layup. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, B.A., you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock and don't turn it over.
Morant, the sweet reverse. Nice finish.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
And Morant remains one of the most explosive guards in the league, a fearless competitor who doesn't back down from anyone and has unlimited confidence.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
"20 seconds left in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. Now Jackson from deep. Oh, it misses. And so it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard
Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the save, the reverse, and the foul. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow. He's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson. Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the save, the reverse, and the foul. Doncic pulls up, three-pointer. Has knocked out Chuck Liddell. Ran in his bag. And the crowd is, oh, wow. He's done it again. Dynamite. And look out for Hill in the open field. He's got an angle. Hill's going to take this all the way. Wow! Quick Rampage Jackson. Poor clearance and a chance here, and beautifully put away. Wembanyama the save, the reverse.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche Le. Well, no doubt these. Players GA are eager to get this season going.
Listen, there's definitely some nerves, but it's mainly excitement. This is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. At the guard spots, we'll be seeing Gilgeous-Alexander and Wallace. Alex Caruso out there with Holmgren. And it's Williams at the small forward position. And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Smith kicks to Williams. Williams, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Sexton's shot is good.
Sometimes a soft shot is the best way to beat the defense. Nice work by Sexton.
Holmgren sets the screen for Caruso. Lets the three fly. Holmgren can't hit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Out to the right wing. Buzelis. Yep, it counts.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injury.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
Outside Williams. Pass to Ivy. Smith with a screen on Wallace. Shot clock at 5. The shot's good from Smith.
Well, the defense has to offer more resistance, or else they can expect Smith to keep going at them down there.
Caruso, the pass to Holmgren, and Jalen Smith is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And so here is Oklahoma City. 4-point game.
Well, look, that's another missed opportunity. 1 for 5 now from the field.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Ivy. Here's the screen. In the corner, Smith with it. Off target with his 3. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Caruso with the ball. Williams picks him up. Off on the layup.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat, and he told me one guy that we have to always be cognizant of is Chet Holmgren. Coach explained his biggest impact comes on the defensive end, but we can't overlook his offense. He's a 7-footer with guard skills, can space the floor, and is very efficient around the rim. Back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that.
Yeah, a solid rotational big man. Jalen Smith understands his role on this team. Rebound, defend, score a bit.
And Greg, the Thunder, NBA champions at last, and still incredibly young.
And this is no fluke. They defended, they shared it, trusted in the system and one another. The league's been put on notice. This team is just getting started.
Well, as the younger generation would say, Alex Caruso has that dog in him. He's a tenacious player on both sides of the ball and is constantly looking for ways to affect the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. Second, the Thunder.
Well, last season, this was a team that prided itself on protecting the rim. They were not an easy group to score on inside.
And so, Sexton will bring it up for Chicago. They lead by 7. Pass to Buzelis. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
2 minutes.
SGA against Sexton. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Holmgren sets the screen for Caruso. The Thunder with another miss.
I don't know what happened there. About as easy an attempt as you could possibly ask.
Diving the whoa!
Slick drive by Buzelis. He moves well for a guy that size.
Holmgren with a screen on Sexton. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Caruso. And here are the Bulls now. This run now up to 13-2. Inside, SGA with the steal. They're running. The 3. The Thunder with another miss. The Bulls leading by 9. Ivy with it, and it's Wallace picking him up. The shot by Ivy, no good. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. The rebound by Ivy.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Sexton on the wing. SGA defending. Sexton against SGA. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the 3. The putback. Smith dishes to Sexton. Smith with a screen on SGA. Back to Smith. Down low. Here's Williams. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. Here's Caruso. And he drops it in from the low post.
Assist goes to...
Just 4 seconds left to play here in the first. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists tonight.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Bulls lead by 9. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponents. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
So for Oklahoma City right now, out on the perimeter, Wallace and Williams. Holmgren is out there with Alex Caruso. And it's SGA in at the 1 spot. Every coach has their own philosophy, but Stan, you were telling me that it might not always align with their team style of play.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think there's a difference between philosophy and style of play. And I think what you have to understand, philosophy are those immutable things that you think will win games regardless of the style. So that'll never change, but your style has to be fitted to your personnel.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, Kev. The Thunder are trying to be efficient scoring. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, ultimately, it just comes down to taking what the defense gives you and trusting your teammates. You need them to win at a high level. That's clear as day, and I want to win at a high level, so I have no option. Back to you.
Sharing the ball. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. Here's Sexton. Here's Smith. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, with his size and mobility, Smith is a tough cover.
At the line for Chicago.
Smith hits them both. Thunder trailing by 8. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Gilgeous-Alexander puts it up and through.
Oh, silky smooth shot there by Gilgeous-Alexander. He knew the floater was the right move to beat the defense.
In the corner, it's Buzelis. Smith kicks to Okoro. Over Williams. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Stolen by Okoro. Outside, Sexton. Ivy on the wing. And he drives in, and slam dunk by Ivy.
Just slicing his way to the rim. Just look at this kid, Ivy, go.
Holmgren the screen. Williams passes to Holmgren. Smith with some nice deep. Chicago leading by 8. Inside. And it's Smith finishing it off.
A bit of a breakout night for Jalen Smith, doing a great job looking for his points, and he's converted quite a bit.
Sexton, an aggressive scorer, and Stan, he can get you 20 on any given game.
Oh, he certainly can, Kevin. This guy can score in bunches. I think what's improved for him, though, is he can also make plays for others. This is not a guy that can only score.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
To the inside, Caruso, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Sexton against SGA. To the middle. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's SGA in the corner. Back to Williams. Holmgren in the post. Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Holmgren's got it back down to within single digits for the Thunder.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And the rejection by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander against Sexton.
Making good use of his length, Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
And slam dunk by Ivy.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Holmgren finds Williams. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
The shot by Buzelis, no good. Thunder trailing by 11. To the paint, here's Holmgren. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, he's pressing right now, which can happen when you're trying to cut into a lead.
And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Inside, and it's Miller with the jam.
Always has his head up, getting unselfish with it.
SGA kicks to Wallace. Williams has a screen for Caruso. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Chicago, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yeah, they're playing within themselves, getting to their spots and working the ball to whoever is open.
Efficiently. And guys, let's turn our attention. That'll do it for our show tonight.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The Bulls leading by 13. Josh Giddey is out there with Miller. Then it's Anthony Simons. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's Jones in at the point guard. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. And stolen by Miller. SGA with the steal. Wallace attacking. And that one is off. Good D by Miller. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Count that one.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Thunder trailing by 15. Williams sends a screen to Mitchell. At this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Bulls third.
Well, the commitment they brought to the boards is evident in those numbers. Rebounding's never a glamour stat, but it wins you games.
Here's Giddey. Comes up empty down low. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Williams passes to Joe. Back to Williams. And stolen by Giddey. The teardrop falls in. And the Bulls lead by 17.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks a lot, guys. A new generation is entering the league. Draymond Green said, these young dudes talk a lot of mess. I don't mind it at all. It's just weird to be in a space where they're like, man, I watched you my whole life. But then they're also talking crazy, saying, you had your run, you're old now. Back to you guys.
Yep, it flips quick, doesn't it? Thank you, Allie.
Some guts. Simons finishing with strength.
And Anthony Simons cut his teeth under Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, Stan. Some pretty good manners.
You aren't kidding, Kevin. And I think going up against those guys in practice every day, watching them every night, and being another guard who has to score the ball, he couldn't have learned from anybody better. And Anthony Simons now a tough guy to stop.
He's got some touch, getting delicate with that one.
Williams inside. He's against Miller. Here's Hartenstein. Miller grabs the miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Jones looking for an opening. Jacks up a three. It doesn't go for him. And they're trailing by 19. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Baseline jumper. Back to Williams. Oklahoma City moving it around. Joe passes to Williams. 4 on the clock. Outside, Jones. That one goes. Count it. Jones has got his first points of the night. The Thunder have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Williams, a screen on Jones. And that one's good. Mitchell.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
Here's Giddey. 1:02 left here in the third quarter.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Mitchell passes to Hartenstein. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Steps back. Jones against Mitchell. Jones, no luck.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
The kick out to Williams. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
11 bets the screen for SGA. The Thunder with another miss. And so it's the Chicago Bulls feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Oklahoma City, look at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. At the guard spots, we'll be seeing Gilgeous-Alexander and Wallace. Alex Caruso out there with Jalen Williams. And it's Holmgren in at center. To the inside. Out to Wallace. Back to Caruso. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Miller grabs the miss.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Jones for 3. That shot is off.
And look, he's had an off night, but it won't matter as long as they hold on to this lead.
Here's Wallace. Holmgren. Rebound by the Bulls. Giddey's got his 4th rebound in this one. Williams against Simon. Giddey the pass to Miller. A 3-pointer off the mark. Thunder trailing by 19. Pass to Williams. Wants to get it to Holmgren and does. Lays it up and banks it in.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Miller against Caruso. And Richards has it in the corner. Knocks it loose. 6 to shoot. Williams passes to SGA. And it's good. 2 points.
An expert at getting into the lane and creating havoc. SGA.
Giddey with it. Jones with the screen on Williams. Ed Simons. Jones outside. Now Simon. He got it right before the clock ran out.
Well, look, when you have Jones on the floor, you know he'll run the offense smoothly.
Alex Caruso. Miller there for the rebound.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
SGA against Jones. The 15-footer. Not going to go. Thunder trailing by 17. On the wing, Williams. Giddy defending. Wallace looking for an opening. Holmgren. Oh, the layup finish off an excellent lead pass.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
Jones against Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Giddy against Williams. Caruso. Got it to go off the glass.
Well, with his wingspan, Alex Caruso is better than your average guard down low.
It's Simons. Knocks down the three.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And what a tremendous standout performance.